Nearly down to the bottom on this side. And then we have to go back up again. Start from the beginning and do the underside, no, the overside of the beard. Or the underside of the overside. Whatever which way you want to look at it. Cool beard, sir. Thank you very much. It was like that big. It was massive. But does that need zooming in? But it was getting all scraggly, and so I just decided to trim it up a bit. It was big. If you look at my video, go through my videos, you'll see how big it was. It was a great big bushy beard. Yeah. Agree. What am I doing? I'm carving a walking stick, walking staff, whatever you want to call it. Which is what I am doing. I shall show you in a second. Hi, how's it going? So yeah, he's a wizard, like a wizard's face, and his beard goes all the way around the stick, down to about here, where I'm just going to shave that off and have it as a straight pole, because if I go too far, I'll make the stick bendy, I'll ruin the structural integrity of it, and it'll end up in the right old state. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sanding a wizard's beard. That's the thing that's going on here at the moment. But I'm running low on sandpaper, which is a bit annoying. I'll have to replenish the sandpaper at some point. I've got some cheap sandpaper, but it's no good. It's terrible. I bought that in the shop the other day. It was a really big mistake. But it don't matter, because I've got some of the good stuff left. Maybe time for a cup of tea, I think. Bit of time and effort in this. I wouldn't know. I don't know anything about them, to be honest with you. I'll sort of keep myself to myself and go out the woods. That's what I do. I have no affiliation with anyone really, especially people I don't know. Oh, he's back. Yeah, you alright, mate? How's it going? Doing a bit of carving. I haven't done any carving for a long time. Didn't know whether I could do it anymore. That's how long it's been. That's some dedication, yeah, man. Carving a wizard into a stick. Like my other one, the beard goes all the way down. Well, not all the way down, it goes down to here, and I'm just going to pull that and just have it as a your wizard. Get all the sawdust out of the grooves that I carved earlier on. But yeah, man, it's looking good. That's the thing. I'm naturally a really impatient person. I don't know. Carving seems to calm me down a bit. I need to go along on this underside of the bit. No, I haven't already done that bit. I'm deceiving myself. That yeah, that's the bit that I've done so far. I get it good. Yeah, that's so good. I've got a shed full of sticks. For next year, I've been working on a collection of all different hardwood. Nice, man, nice. I've got a shed full of stuff. I've got loads of oak planks that we cut with the chainsaw that have been drying out in my shed for about a year. And I'm going to make some chopping boards like this one that I made out of ash, like that. Make some chopping boards out of them and sell them, make some money off of it. Arbitrary. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, man. I've got all sorts of planks of oak and ash and whatnot, so should be good. The thing is, it's been a bit too hot lately to be standing out in the garden with a plane, just like planing massive chunks of wood. It's a bit too much for me. This is alright because I'm sitting down and it's quite leisurely. I don't know if I have to do it like this, I think. Mandy Jones said hi. Hi. How's it going? Hi. Hi again. sawdust in my nose. Good, how are you? I am okay. I'm okay. Just doing a bit of sanding on the carving that I've been working on the walking stick that I've been doing. Making it look neat. I left it like all the best. Looking forward for the finished result. Yeah, man, it's good. I'll post I've been recording different stages of it, so I'll post a more lengthy video of my wizard walking stick with his beard when it's finished. I've got like the beginning of it and a little time lapse and all that, but I should really do another time lapse of me sanding, but there's plenty of sanding to be done on it, so it's not really an issue. But yeah, the only thing is I've only got mineral oil. I might have to go and buy a bottle of linseed oil down the old shop tomorrow. No, Friday I'm going downtown. Get a bit of linseed oil or some beeswax or something like that. I'm not sure whether to ebonize his beard, so his beard's dark brown, and then leave the rest of the stick as is. I don't know yet. I've got to do the laborious task of carving all the hair into all this beard as well, which is fun. Oh, you alright, Chris, mate? How's it going? I'm actually doing some carving, mate. I haven't done any carving for bloody ages. I'm doing a wizard walking stick with the old wizard's face on it, and the old beard going round the stick. And yeah, just doing a bit of sanding on it for now. I couldn't be bothered going all the way down, because if I keep carving notches out of it, it'll go really bendy, and you know, you want it quite strong. And I've done it before where I've like started carving like spirals into a stick, and I've got halfway through and the stick's like whoop whoop whoop, where you just take too much material out. So I'll just I'll leave it where it is. I've got away with it, and yeah, carving a long beard did shave mine. Yeah, I trimmed it right up. Thing is, it was all like split ends, and it just wasn't growing. It was like the same length for years, and so I'm starting again. I'm going to look after this one. I'm going to keep trimming it until it's, you know, like a decent length. Because yeah, I won't really looking after it. Looks good. Yeah, I look a lot younger. It's gotten a bit. It's grown quite a bit since I shaved it. I did like a grade 6 on it, and now it's I can pinch it again. So I need to trim the sides, trim the old moustache. That's one thing. That's one thing that was weird, because I had a massive moustache, and it was it just feels weird having a little tash now. I can't even curl it up. Maybe a little bit of a curler on it, but oh yes. It was funny. All my mates were like, "What?" Cheers, man. Yeah, I was sitting there the other day and I saw someone doing some carving, and I was like, I've got to do some carving. I've been so slack with it, you know, recently. So slack. Mine just goes feral, yeah, man. Yeah, mine did. To be fair, mine was just like a mad woodsman hillbilly beard, but I do miss it sometimes. But I don't mind. It's just a beard, isn't it? I mean, all my hair fell out when I was about 20, so I'm used to disappointment when it comes to hair. So it's not really a huge thing. I've not done any majors. No, I didn't. I didn't do anything for about 6 months. And I was just sort of like, you lose it, don't you? You just think, oh, I can't be bothered with that. I can't be bothered. And then all of a sudden it just sort of comes back, and you're like, ah, yeah, I forgot I really enjoyed doing that, you know. I was thinking to myself, let's do something easy. My mum went bald at 12 years old. Oh mate, that's mad. I started going bald when I was 18, and I thought that was early, but started losing it up here, and it's just all gone now. Just got these little horseshoe bits on the sides and the back. Yeah, like a writer's block. It is like writer's block, isn't it? You just don't have any inspiration and all that. The thing is, like, I used to watch old Kerry Pierce's videos, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I've got, you know. He used to sort of inspire me, but he hasn't been around for ages. And you know, like his videos always used to pop up, and I was like, oh, I need to do something like that. You know, like he used to be quite a big inspiration for me. But he hasn't, you know, I haven't seen him, heard from him for fucking God knows, must be about a year now. So I just sort of, I'm not on my new account. I haven't really got any like people who do carving on there, you know. So I just didn't really have any sort of like inspiration to do it. And I thought to myself, like, come on, mate, just. I thought if I just start doing it, I'll get back into it straight away, you know. I think he goes travelling a bit. Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. He did say something about Germany. Ah, fair play, man. Yeah, nice. It's good to have a break from social media as well, isn't it? Yeah, Germany would be a cool place to go. Be a good place. Not that I'm allowed to fly, but top bloke live around the corner from me. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're sort of Norwich way, isn't it? Up that part of the country, if I remember rightly. Norfolk or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I ain't been. I'm not very good with geography. Up on the east side. Oh, Cambridge. Okay, fair play. So that's sort of north and to the right of London a bit, isn't it? If I remember rightly. Don't hold me to it though, because my geography's horrendous. I'm a proper local lad. I only know places around where I live. Proper like local. Are you local? About half hour away from London. So I'm right down the bottom. Add a Q&A sticker. Don't know what you mean. Closer to the east coast, yeah, fair play. I'm on the south coast. I'm right at the bottom, West Sussex. And I'm probably about a 15-minute drive away from Arundel, if you know Arundel. Of course, I sound like a fucking right turnip when I say that, Arundel. Yeah, round not far from Arundel in the South Downs National Park. Got the coast down there. And the fens, yeah, nice, man, nice. Yeah, sweet. There's some good places to go fishing up there. I'm going fishing next week with my dad. I haven't been for ages, and when I was a kid, when we used to go fishing, I used to get more excited about going fishing than I would going like Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that. I'd be more like, fishing, we're going fishing. I wouldn't be able to sleep the night before. My dad used to get me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We used to go all the way over to Godalming, Guildford, around that area, Hazelmere. We used to fish up around there. Just used to fish rivers and lakes and just, you know. Nowadays there's too much carp fishing. I want to take my kid with me, but I don't want him to just sit there and catch a massive carp and be like, oh, I've got a fish. I want him to catch some small fish, you know, like, and learn a bit of float fishing. I did actually start making some floats. Started to get some little floats. I was born at Guildford. Yeah, I like Guildford. Guildford's nice, mate. It's nice. It's about an hour drive away from me, but there's some good fishing. Some good fishing. When we were kids, we used to go on holiday up to the Norfolk Broads and up round there. Nice, I made a fair few floats. Yeah, it's quality, mate. It's quality. I need to get some paint. That's what I need to do. Just paint it up, oil it, put a little yellow or white tip on it. Problem is I'm colourblind, so it's hard to. I have to be very selective of what colours I use. But I was thinking, like, I need to go down the tackle shop and buy some floats. And then I was like, do I really need to do it? Should I just make some instead? I used to make them all the time. Ideally, it'd be good to get hold of some porcupine quills or something like that, but make them out of little thin bits of hazel coppice. It's good. It's nice. It's decent, man. Porcupine quills. Yeah, man. Yeah, too right. Yeah, and just stick it on the end, like. Yeah, You can have it like an inline with the line coming out the top. It's more, you get better reaction then, don't you? Than those silly like bloody puddle chucker things that you get. I need to get some bands actually. That's what I need to do. I've got plenty of end tackle, but I just don't have any floats. They all I either lost them or they've all got smashed up. When I put stuff on top of my fishing gear in the shed. Yeah, floats. Yeah, stick floats are awesome. When we were kids, my dad used to have this like big wicker picnic basket with a seat on top of it, and he had all his end tackle in there. So he'd have like his reels and his he used to have these like hard cardboard tubes with the plastic tops, and that he'd taken from like you see one in a skip or something, and he'd cut it down and put like a plastic top on it and just stick everything in there, like and everything like that. And then I used to have like a big plastic Daiwa box with the strap on it, with the seat that goes like that on it. And I used to have one of those with like all my gear, and it was wicked, man. It was wicked. So cool. Back in the day, mate. Back in the day. Still got my old Mitchell 300. I've got a Mitchell 300 somewhere. It might actually be in my dad's garage, but I've got a Mitchell 300. I used to have two of them, but I lost one. My dad still uses his Mitchell 300s on his float rods, or if he's like fishing with a swing tip or a quiver tip, like ledger fishing, he uses his no, not bright blue. They're black. They're black ones. I'm not too sure if they might be 300As. I'm not 100% sure what ones. But my dad says it. Somewhere hidden away, I've got a set of the Optonic bite alarms with the speaker that you plug in the wires, and you have the little speaker, and you put like 8 batteries in it, and whip, and you get a bite. No, they're wicked. They're really cool. Nowadays, it's just too high tech, way too high tech. Like if I go carp fishing, I've got a 13 foot power waggler float rod, and I use that. Oh no, the Daiwa box. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was blue. Yeah. It's proper, just a proper big old box. I used to have the old like rod bag. It was just like an old slip with all my rods poking out the top of it, and I'll just have everything in this box, and then a bag with my sandwiches in. And I used to waddle down, and I had when we used to go river fishing, I had a duck hunter jacket, and with all the pockets and stuff like that for like shotgun shells, but I used to use it for fishing, and I used to put everything in there, and I used to be able to fit my bank sticks on the inside pockets because it had poacher's pockets. I started off one of those. The octopus system. So, what's the octopus system where the bits come out the sides? Is that what you're going on about? Oh, are you on about the bite alarm? I think I've spoke about 4 different things and went off on a tangent. I used to have this knackered up old rod bag and all that. The thing is, we used to catch fish. It was quality. None of this. Yeah, catch your level. Yeah. I know. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, we used to catch fish. We used to go down there, like a bag of dog biscuits or something like that. Every time I smell like the old school tutti frutti boilies, just brings back memories. It's like nostalgic. My dad bought a 25 kilogram sack of mixed tutti frutti boilies, but there are ones that come out of the factory that weren't the right shape. They're all different things. The wax jacket, my price, yeah, man. Yeah, this is what this like duck hunter jacket thing was, but it just had loads of pockets on it, and I just used to put everything went in there. Like I could even fit my net, but it used to poke out like that. But I used to put my net in it. Like, yeah, it's wicked. I used to have one of those spoon nets as well. I had a little, like the old school fold up nets. I've still got it in the shed. It's still alive, still works. I use it for when I go fishing for small stuff. And I used to have one of those spoon nets, and I used to hang it off the back of my jacket like John Wilson, because it had like a little thing clip on the back. I used to love watching John Wilson when I was a kid. Never got away. Oh mate, yeah, we used to sit out. Like we didn't have storm shelters and all this sort of stuff. My dad had a big one of those big fishing brollies. You stick it in and you can bend it at the top, and he used to huddle under there if it was raining. But I had an old like what's his name? It was like an old golfing brolly, and I used to hammer a stick in and then just tie the golfing brolly, and I used to sit like that, and I used to have to put my towel on my legs because the rain used to drip off of it onto my legs. It was wicked, man. Nowadays you got people going down the lake. Rear pocket was a great idea. Was that what the poacher's pocket? The old poacher's pocket. But yeah, we used to go down there and just yeah, poacher's pocket. Poacher's pockets are awesome. I've got a barber jacket there. It's more of a newer one. It hasn't got a poacher's pocket on it, which is really disappointing. But what it has got on the inside are those big net pockets, so you can stuff pheasants in your you can say basically like me and my mate were walking down the road and he brought a bottle of Pepsi. And he's like, "Oh, I wish I brought a bag with me." And I was like, "Nah, what's this?" And just stuck it in the inside pocket. And he was like, "Oh, no wonder people follow you around in shops when you're wearing that coat." I was like, "Yeah, it's well annoying. Like the person is least likely to nick anything." And like just get the security guard's like, "What's he putting in that coat?" Like, nothing. Go away. But yeah, always, especially when I had my big mad beard, I looked like a hobo. I always used to get followed around in shops because I've got this massive barber jacket on. You can fill it full of stuff, and you wouldn't even know anything was in there. It's getting old now, but my granddad gave it to me. I go down the river and see kids swimming, but all shouting and screaming and on phones, different like that. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it, mate? It's mad. When you're river fishing, you get down low and you lock in. You just sit there quietly and just focus. You've got to read the water. You've got to work out where the fish are. You've got to make sure your float's just right. Your bait's going down naturally, and in the different you get all the different speeds of the water and all that. You've got to try and get it just in the right spot so it's going down. You don't want extra line floating down the water. You've got to get it. It's watercraft, isn't it? It's all just everything's got to be perfect. And you sit down on the bank, just like most of the time, not even with a chair, just sitting there. There's nothing better than being at water's edge. Oh no, it's nice, isn't it? It's like a different world. It's hard to explain. Like especially if you're fishing, there's like a big overhanging tree, and you're fishing just under the tree, just off the tree in the margins, and you're focusing, and every like essence of your being is just focused on that one little point, that one thing in time. No thoughts go through your head. You know what I mean? You're just there, just in the moment, and it's beautiful. You don't know what time it is. People could walk past you, you wouldn't even notice them. Like someone could walk up, sit behind you, you wouldn't even notice them. It's quite just meld into the riverbank. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's quality. Nowadays, like couple of years back, I went done a 48-hour session on the lake. not a care in the world. And yeah, went to this went to this lake, and this well, when I go night fishing, I don't really fish at night. It gets to about 10 o'clock in the evening, and I'll just reel my rods in and just sit there, just watching the bats and stuff like that, because I can't be asked messing around at night. I prefer to fish in the day, but the reason I go night fishing is for the evenings and the really early mornings, and I like getting up about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, watching the sun come up and fishing, doing a bit of float fishing and in that sort of time, and it's perfect. In the evenings, I'll just reel my rods in and go to sleep. I can't be asked getting up and trying to reel in a carp in the middle of the night. It's just, for me, it's pointless. But I had this bloke there, and he had this bloody great big like spotlight thing, and he was lighting up the whole lake. I was like, mate, every single fish in that lake's just gone whoop. What are you doing? And then I when it started to get dark, I walked around the lake, because I like just walking around. Every now and again when I'm fishing, I'll just reel my rod in and just go for a walk around the lake, and it's all you see is people's bivvies like flashing and stuff, and they've all got like bloody tablets, big tablets in there, and they're all sitting in there watching TV and films and stuff like that. And it's like, mate, you should be knackered from spending the whole day fishing. You should just be going to sleep. But it's just crazy. It's crazy. I used to sit in my chair and fish all night. Yeah, man. I mean, I have done sessions where I've fished all night, but now I've got a knackered heart and I'm a bit older and all that, and I really can't be bothered. Like in my 20s, we used to go up to Furness in Horsham, I think it is, where they got the big catfish lake. But they got all these big specimen lakes with these humongous carp. But I used to like fishing the old lake, the original lake that they had, because it had everything in it, and I could sit there and just do a bit of float fishing. So I'd put out a carp rod, just completely forget about it, and just sit there and just yeah. If you've been to Furness, the big long lake, the main lake, the Furness Lake, the original one that was there. I just used to sit there just trying to catch like crucian and bream and tench and roach, rudd, and just a nice mixed bag, and just leave one carp rod out. But we used to back in the day, I used to be up all night trying to catch fish and stuff. But yeah, I forget the names. Yeah, I can't. It's like Roman Lake, and I can't remember any of the other ones. There's like 6 lakes, I think, something like that. And they're like different levels, aren't they? All different levels. And they've got the big catfish lake with a fence around it because the catfish get out. Yeah, man. Yeah, there is some really nice crucian in there, really nice tench. And the good thing is when you night fish that long, the main lake, there's no one on the other side. So I'll just I spot a tree over the other side or something like that, and just cast my carp rod out over there, and just leave it and forget about it. I had a nice 15-pound carp out of there about 9 at night once, but I like watching my float go down, and oh go on, I did go for a carp fishing phase, and then I thought to myself, I'm not having fun like I used to when I was a kid. I'm not enjoying fishing anymore. It's just all this gear and just chucking all this stuff out and just sitting there like, I'd rather be actually fishing. So as I've got older, it's sort of gone back into the old snap night lights. Yeah. yeah. You put them on the float. You used to get them ones you put on the float, wasn't it? Yeah, it's mad. It's madness. But I'm going to go up to this day ticket water with my dad. I'm going to take some pellets with me. I've got some Robin Red pellets. I'll take those with a bag of those with me. I'll take some king prawns, some bread and some sweet corn. And the fishing shop near me doesn't do maggots anymore, but the one near my dad is reopened under a new manager, and hopefully you can get me a box of maggots from there. I only need half a pint. Yeah, man, old style fishing it's more romantic, you know what I mean? It's more sort of nostalgic and nice. I mean, I was the other day, because they're on YouTube, I watched Passion for Angling, and I was watching the one where they go to Redmire Pool, and I was nearly crying, you know what I mean? I was just like oh, it's so good, like this is amazing. This is Chris Yates and Bob James sitting there in a tree catching carp, you know, like, oh, it's classic. It's so good. I could watch it over and over again, you know. And I was like, mate, what are people doing nowadays? Do you do bushcraft? I do bushcraft. I do. I do bushcraft. I go camping. I go fishing. I go hunting. Um, I like travelling around to different places in the countryside. Oh, mate, they are what I call natural carp. They're not like boily belly, big gut, you know, like. What do I hunt? Mainly like rabbit and squirrel and stuff like that. Nothing too hectic, nothing too big. My mate flopped a muntjac deer the other day. I think I put the video up here of us cooking one of its legs. What is the longest time I've been alone in the wild? I lived in the woods on my own for 3 months when I was 27, and I had a 2.2 rifle and a tent. Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 20 over a French 50 any day of the week. Yeah, same here, mate. I caught a my biggest was 22.5 pounds, you know, nothing, not, you know, nothing monstrous, but for me that was like you know, and I caught it on a little tiny little lake, um with a this lake had 8 swims on it. It's a tiny little thing. It was on a farm. No one barely fished it. I fished there for 3 days, not in a row, but I went 3 days in 1 week, and I didn't catch a thing. And I was just like, I've got to go back until I catch a fish out of there. I don't care, you know. I've just got to keep going. And there's not a lot of fish in there. And on the fourth day, I was sitting there and I was going to pack up, and you know what it's like. You're just like, I'll give it another half an hour, give it another half an hour, and then another half an hour, and then basically I got him in. 28 pound moves my BB, but I was walking then, so I've reset now. Yeah, fair play, mate. I've got a knackered heart, so battling big fish on the side of the bank's not in my you know, not my idea of fun anymore. I think I'd be happy with like anything now. I just want to go. I said to my dad, I said, I don't care if we go on the silverfish pond and just sit there just catching little fish, you know, like, I really don't care. I just want to go fishing. I need to get out there and just do something. It's a shame because most of the rivers around here are syndicate waters, so it's hard to get onto them. And I don't really have the money anymore to be spending hundreds of pounds every year to go fishing on the syndicate river 3 times a year, you know. I mean, it's not worth it, so I'll just stick to day ticket waters. I'll do a video. I'll do a load of videos when I'm on these lakes. They're beautiful though. For day ticket waters, they are beautiful. They're well looked after. The fish in them are you know, nice as well. I've been fishing it for nearly 20 years, and their prices have gone up £2.50 for a day ticket. That's how much they've gone up in 20 years. So you know, they're not after money. Some lakes you go to now, it's like nearly 20 quid for the day, and you're like, what are you doing, mate? Come on, we're going fishing. They're not. Fishing should be a cheap pastime where you don't have to spend loads of money and just, you know, just enjoy yourself. But this place, it's £12.50 for the day to go fishing. Doesn't matter what's going on when you go fishing. Everything goes out the window. Not all about fish. No, it's not. No. I like catching carp, but I like catching a mixed bag and then getting a carp, and it's like a surprise. You're like, oh, hello. Like, I used to fish this lake, and it was behind a train, not a train station, but it wasn't like a busy train station. It didn't even have a shop or a cafe in it. It was just a train station with a platform, and it was, you know, in the South Downs National Park, really like the world's most deserted train station. And I used to fish there, and I used to just take a box of maggots, a rod, a net, bit of end tackle, and a landing mat, and I used to sit there, and they'd got loads of lily pads everywhere, and I used to fish the lily pads, and I'd be catching roach and rudd, and then a crucian or something like that, and then more roach and rudd, maybe a dace, and then suddenly it'd just go quiet, and I'm like, you just know there's a carp lurking around, and you can see the swirl on top of the water, and everything just goes quiet, and then you're, as I was saying earlier on, your whole focus just becomes on this one point where you're watching this float, and it's, I don't know, it's almost like time slows down as you can see the float going like that, and it's just going, and it's just like, as it goes down, it's sort of like a, you know, and you're just like, got ya, yes, and then you're trying to battle like a £10 carp on a £5 line and a size 16 hook. You're just trying to come this way, you know. Oh, it's so good. It's such a good feeling. That's 10:30. I've just gone 10:30. Yeah, it's one of the, oh, you know anyway, you know, it's one of the best things. Used to fish a brook off a golf course for big roach. Yeah, it's hypnotic. It is hypnotic. It is hypnotic. Where I'm from, there's a rife, which is like a drainage ditch, and it's full of wild carp. But the roach and rudd in there are about the size of your foot. They're massive. And me and my mate used to go down there just as it was starting to get dark with a rod, net, mat, and a tin of sweet corn. And we used to just sit there, just bringing in these beasts, you know, like trying to explain to my son, that's a big roach. He's like, don't look that big. I was like, no, it's a big roach. That's big for a roach. You know, you normally catch them about that sort of size. This thing was, you know, I've got a size 14 feet. It was like my foot, mate. You know, cormorants have decimated the big roach. Oh yeah. They're a nightmare, mate. They're a nightmare. They're just coming off the sea and just muller everything. We've got a lot of cormorants around here. You see a lot of carp with cormorant scars on them, where they've got them on the sides and stuff like that. Yeah, it's hard work, man. Makes you sad. You need to do like a cormorant cull, but then you just get all the yuppies and all that moaning about it, don't you? Oh, you can't do that. Oh, it's cruel. No, they're killing all the fish. I'm not going to kill all of them. I'm just going to keep the numbers down. They don't have any natural predators and all that, you know. They need a good sorting out. But yeah, I can't wait to get down the lake. Get my big bucket out. Put all my stuff in my bucket. I don't have a tackle box. I've got a bucket. It's a real tree camouflage bucket with an insert. And I'll just put all my, I have everything in the insert bit, and I take it out and I put it on the side, and I have all my stuff like that in there. What was it called? In the thousands. Then I have to restock trout yearly. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You get too many of them, you know. Like, you want to get a few boys out there with some shotguns and just pop them off. Right, my missus has fallen asleep putting the kids to bed, and if I don't go and wake her up, she's going to get the ump. So I'm going to go wake my missus up, make a cup of tea. I'll have another go at this tomorrow. The old wizard stick. And yeah, I was going to go camping next week, but the missus has got a dentist on Monday, so I've got to look after the kids. Tuesday is, I've got an appointment. Wednesday, the missus has got a training day for work, and then Thursday, I'm going to go fishing. So no afternoon naps on Wednesday. Stay awake, sleep all night, get up. Oh, lucky her. What for a dentist? God, crikey. Yeah, it's a bloody nightmare, isn't it? Right, I've got to go, otherwise I'll just sit here chatting all day. Nice to speak to you, geezer. Have a good one. Hopefully you'll get out soon and do a little bit of a fish. And I'll see you later, mate. It's always a pleasure.